Kalimera, kalimera, kalimera. Good morning, everyone. Kalimera. Hello, hello, hello. Kalimera, Yanni.
Kalimera, Kalimera. How are you? Good
Uh,
morning. Good morning to all of you.
good morning, everyone. Let's give a few minutes for everyone to join us. Tune in, have your coffees, your drinks, your wine, for those that on the other side of the world. And it's evening. Right, let's bring the music here. Keep on the vibes. Good morning, Miss Butter Bubbly. Here's the music. Just a little bit on the background, just to kill the silence. Right, John is preparing his clocks over there. I can see it. Good morning.
I want to see who's open, who's closing, who's everything.
Who's everything? Who is everything?
Who's everything?
Who's everything? Right.
Who is doing what?
Who's doing what? We're gonna see soon. How's the weather in South Africa right now? Is it getting a little bit towards winter now, isn't it? Yep, it's getting towards winter. Is it really getting cold down there? What's the temperature in South Africa, Cape Town? Let's have a look. Weather in Cape Town. 13 degrees of Celsius. Okay, a little bit chilly.
13.
13. Well, it's early in the morning now. It's all like 20 to 10. So, well,
These are the temperature. These are the temperature for me.
For you, 13.
Yeah.
Right, maximum we can go. Just a little bit touching 17 today.
17.
It's
Great.
like springtime.
I will move to Africa.
You moved to South Africa, right? It's raining today. It looks like it's raining. Humidity 91%. Right. I don't think you're gonna enjoy that one. Yes, cold weather expected later this week. Oh dear. Yep, winter is coming. Well, we're exactly the opposite over here. It's like summer over here. Easy, good day. Every day is a good day. Good day. Welcome, good morning, Kalimera. Every day is a good day. No matter what, every day is a good day. Oh, John will love that. Our average temperature at the moment is 20 degrees midday. 20 βαθμούς μεσημεράκι.
That's for me. That's for me. That's for me.
I mean, I can do 25 all year round. I can do 25 easily.
Everything above 25 is not good for me.
For me, anything above, let's say 33, 34, 35, anything above that is, well, depends where it is. Because when I was in Greece, I could easily stand 35s. But if I come when I'm in Cyprus, I cannot even stand 30s. It's where you are, guys. You know, the sun, the strength of the sun. I'm getting burned very easily.
Even here in Greece, 30 is too much.
30 is okay. I mean, you can stand it, but 35s and 40s in Cyprus is really you're going through hell. This is how I feel on my skin, guys. Okay, I'm not saying that Cyprus is not good, but I'm saying that for my skin, because I have a very light white skin. Going out in the sun in Cyprus in July, I only take around 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get cooked. And then I'll be tasty. I'll be looking like chicken. I'm gonna be
roasted
chicken in the oven. Right, welcome everyone. 25, I can do 25 years. Yeah, I mean 25 is perfect. It's perfect. You know, I went for a honeymoon in Thailand. Okay, I spent a few days in Bangkok, and then we went to what was the other area that we went? Bangkok was the capital that we flew in. Oh shit, I forgot the names. But yeah, I mean, we visit the Phi Islands and stuff like that in Maya Bay. 25 degrees, and that was like December towards January, was after Christmas time, because my wife is a public teacher in a primary school, so we had to go into school holidays for us to have a honeymoon. So we went December in Thailand. It was like 25 degrees. It was the best time of my life. I didn't enjoy much the sea because I was afraid of the sharks, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, there's
you
plenty
can
of
swim with the
around.
sharks.
Well, you have to control yourself. You need to spend a lot of time underwater. It's different type of sharks. You have to be very, very careful. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. We got our new music vibe in the background. Some ethnic going on. Love it. Love it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Kalimera, everyone. All right. Okay. It's time for us to start. Let's do this very quickly. Right. What is Bitcoin doing? Well, we spoke about this yesterday, that there is a big possibility that we found support on the 50% of the range. Right. And this is what happened. Hit the 50%, got rejected on the top of the range, came back, respecting the let's say the 50% of the range, just a little bit above, broke out of the range. We witnessed that breaking out of the range, and after a couple of hours ago, like in the afternoon, we could see that it bounced off from the 105.8 as a G level, as a rejection twice. Look at that wick. Small rejection, look at that wick, huge rejection, look at that momentum. It went all the way down, but again, once again, respecting that 50% of the range, and got out, and finally it broke 105.8. But once again, that was short-lived and coming back down again. Trying to fill this imbalance, I believe. So as long as we stay above the range or any higher level from the top of the range, and let's see if the price is going to reclaim 105.8 and find a new support. Okay, so we did say that yesterday. We did say that we need to be a little bit cautious, right? Wait a little bit for confirmations. Why? Because we were on a downtrend. Okay, that was a possible reversal. We had the high, we had a higher low. Finally, later we got the higher high, and we got the higher lows. So this is your number one high. This is your number two high low, right? And look at that. It's keep on breaking structure, right? All the highs are getting broken. So we do have reversal in progress, right? All we need now is, a backup from volume, from the trading community, so to say, right? That is going to push, things a little bit higher. That's what we want. Give me 1 second. Few messages coming through. Do I need to worry about anything? Right, okay, so someone's confused with the alarm, and it goes into a place, and then he's trying to disarm, but instead of disarming the alarm, he's arming the alarm, and then that goes off again. Funny. Right, okay. Yeah, and he's walking around, and all the alarms go off, all the let me see. Yeah. All the sensors get triggered. Right, yeah, the way I set up the alarms, guys, is if one zone gets triggered, then I keep the alarm notifying me if other zones will get triggered. That way, I can confirm the alarm. If one zone gets triggered on its own, then I don't do anything much, right? But if the second zone gets triggered or the third zone gets triggered, then I initiate the protocol of engagement, which means the patrol will make a phone call to the customer and ask if they need assistance. Right, okay, here we go. I don't think they need assistance because it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. Someone is purely doing this by mistake. He thought he disarmed, he didn't disarm, he rearmed the system while he was in there. Funny story. Right. Okay, let's have a look. Let's have a look what's going on. So, Bitcoin is looking a little bit bullish. Okay, we're holding above the 50% of the range. We broke out the range. Okay, now we're trying to claim the G level. Okay, well, this is the ideal scenario. We want to claim 105.8 and keep going to the upside. Looks like it. Okay, that we have a nice push to the upside. We have a pullback, which is a correction phase, and it looks like it that we still looking to go ahead. But speaking of Bitcoin, right, and when everyone is focused on Bitcoin, did anyone pay attention on Ethereum? Right, look at that. Once again, Ethereum jumped right straight away to 2,625 and trying to break through. Look at that abundant wick. Okay, someone smart, he thinks that this is a G level, he thinks that this is a rejection level. Well done, he took profits, it comes down, and then he's trying, the market is trying to push once again forward to reclaim 2,625. So here's my question. Okay, this is a limited CIA stream, okay, with only available to our agents. Who's using our strategy here? Who's using our G levels to to get the profits on the rejection point on a G level? Who's that? Who's that? Show yourself. Put your hands up.
Speak now.
Speak now.
We also have good news for Ethereum.
Let's hear it.
It will have a staked ETF. You can stake the ETF also.
All right, stake ETF on Ethereum. Right, okay. Good. Philip Johnson, I do. Yep, he is. He's a small whale. Don't underestimate Philip. Philip is a whale.
Also
Philip is a
Bander.
whale. Good. That's
Also
it.
Bander Bubbly.
Exactly. Bander Bubbly, that's good. Well done. Congrats. Okay. Right. Okay, let's go back to Bitcoin. This is the Monday range. Finally today, Tuesday, we can have the Monday range. Okay. So here are the Monday range. I mark them. The easiest way, go to the daily, right, and mark the candle, very top of the candle to the very bottom of the candle, and then come back to 15 or 90 minutes, whatever time frame you like. That's the easiest way for you to mark the daily. Okay, the Monday range. Go to Monday high. So that's Monday high. This is Monday low. That's Monday 50%. Okay, and also I have the daily open, which is Tuesday. So what do we see on this setup? We've seen once again that Asia took the previous highs and dumped. Okay, not dumped actually. I don't want to give them a bad term. What they've done is they took profits. Okay, it was pushed all the way up. They took profits because it hit liquidity and it's coming down. Then it's going to clear this imbalance, and then later it's going to continue to the upside. So in the next target, there is a big possibility that's going to go all the way down to Monday mid. There is a possibility, but look at these weeks. It's telling you that now that we're going towards the European session, there is a possibility that this week is telling you that they're trying to abandon. So maybe it's going to target Monday open or daily open and Monday high. Why not? Okay, so two things can happen. Either it's going to come down to Monday mid, or either it's going to go and attack again the Monday high. Okay, this is for the Monday range lovers, agents, right? We have the G levels here, our horizontal out system here, okay, which I love and I obey. So this is the area that we need to pay attention. 105.8. Are we gonna reclaim this level? The alarm still goes. Yep, the alarm still goes. The sensors are getting still triggered. So that's what we want to see. We want to see that if it's gonna claim these levels, right? And this is how we want to continue to see the rest of the day. Now, on the larger time frame, once again, another day goes by, and we're still this weekly candle still holds above our golden range. Okay, Why I say golden range? No specific reason, because the lines are golden. Okay, so we are above the range. Okay, so the longer we stay above, the better. However, because we've got a 7-day cross down happening and taking place, I don't know how far, how long can this line hold actually, right? I mean, I don't need to see the 7 days go all the way down to zero, right? It may correct here, it may correct on the 50%, it may correct all the way down here. We don't know, okay? But all I know that the weekly cross down just happened, okay? And has plenty possibilities, okay? It just happened, it just started, so there is more room to go and correct. Are we going to see an event like this? There is a possibility you're going to see something like this. Also, there is a possibility you're going to see something like this, right? So we don't know yet. Okay, go to the left, you can see something like this, right? Come down just a little bit to the 50% of the range and then push to the upside again. Okay, so there are, multiple possibilities what is going to happen. It's got so much space, it can turn around at any given time. But this is a lagging indicator, okay? It's overall giving you a cross down for the weekly. So it's telling you this weekly doesn't look, this week is not going to be a really bullish, okay? We know this. We got rejected just a little bit above 110, 111 it was. And it was getting pushed all the way down to, if I measure here, 101. Okay, so it lost $10,000, right, as a move, and then reclaimed above the range, which is good. Okay, this is good. There it is. This is our weekly candle. Let me go down to, let's say, 3 days. You can see here just a little bit. We had a close under the range, but immediately reclaimed. Okay, so let's go to the daily. There you have it. So it goes shooting up and then it's coming down to bounce. It's going to come up, bounce, and then maybe later on we're going to see a big move to the upside. Okay, this is for the long term. This is like big scale. Okay, so weekly we're looking very good. Look at that. The closing and the opening happens above the range, okay, which is very nice and bullish. Okay, so far we're still bullish. We're still in the, let's say, into the bull market. We're still pushing a little bit. The weekly stochastic RSI is a little bit, retesting, pulling back a little bit. Right, let's have a look on the CME gaps. 1 day went by and still we don't have gaps. This is very good. So a nice clean action with nothing to worry about the recent data, okay? But we have a CME gap lower. That was a question yesterday. We were about here, that level, and I said, what is going to happen, okay, later, what is going to happen if we're going to come lower? I said, I don't know. There is a possibility that it's going to turn around here, but also there's a possibility that's going to come down and clear this CME gap. Now, if I take the weekly stochastic RSI that we just had a cross down, and there's plenty of time and space to go further down, that will give it a good excuse to get and deal with this CME gap. Okay, however, it can turn around at these levels, right? Fine, support, and then turn around and never touch the CME gap. So time will tell us, but it's good for us to know what is going on. We monitor these levels. If it goes down there, we're not going to be surprised. Go back to ETH once again. ETH is attacking 2,625. Let's move to ETH Bitcoin, and here we have it. Look at that lovely, nice picture that we see that is respecting. It got inside the range, it got rejected at the top of the range, came back and bounced on the 50%, and straight away out of the range, retest the top of the range and heading towards the upside. So what that chart is telling us is telling us that Ethereum is overperforming Bitcoin. Once again, that idea that ETH is on its own turn, that we had Bitcoin move but ETH didn't move for the past months. Now we see that ETH is moving. Look at that, guys. ETH is on the uptrend. Okay, consolidating for some time. big push to the upside, correction, another push, correction, and now it's trying to push. Let's hope that it's going to break the rejection here, okay? Break the rejection and go higher. Take out all these liquidity zones, take these highs and go higher. Let's hope that Ethereum is going to go back in track. Okay, I would like to see Ethereum reclaiming the trend line as well and follow that direction. Okay, we're going to see later today, all these, the later few days in this week. Okay, it's still Tuesday today, right? And pushing to the upside. That's a good thing. If Ethereum is pushing, let's have a look on Pepper. Okay, this is the thing that we found as support with Pepper. Look how lovely it found support on our G level. Once again, CIA on the spot, right? Our system works. We get confirmation, and also when you get these kind of events, nice and clean events, then you understand that you can have confidence on your system. You don't have a second thoughts. You don't have doubts. All you have to do, apply now the conditions, your protocol. When do I engage in my trading? Okay, I'm trying to get on support and get out at resistance on either direction. Okay, that's the magic, in either direction. Find support for you to get into a trade and get to the next resistance, right? The rejection point. Now, if in an uptrend, resistance is going to be above. If you're on a downtrend, resistance is going to be below, right? It's like reversing the other way around, okay? Anything, in general, what we say, any line below the price action level is going to be acting as a support. We classify it as a support. Any level, any line that is above the price action, we call them resistances, okay? But when I'm talking about direction and move, right? So that's why I use a lot the word rejection, okay? Because rejection is neutral, okay? It doesn't give you direction. So if the price is coming down here and bounce, aka found support, or you can say that we found rejection. It was resisting on its downtrend. It got resistant, right? So support is on the downtrend, support is going to be above and resistance is going to be below. But if that gets confusing, then we're just going to use the word rejection, okay? So we got rejected at the top, we got rejected at the bottom. One word, it can mean both things, okay? To help you out. So rejection, okay? So if you're bullish, you want to buy at a support and take profits on resistance, okay? You have this in plan, you're going to be doing good. Go down to 90 minutes, measure these two levels, and I'm going to take the average body to body, and that is body to body 14%, right? On Pepper, 14%. If you do this on a 10x, right, which is really high leverage on alts, that is 140%. If you do this on a 5x, that is 70% profit. It's not too bad to get in one trade 70%, okay? Don't underestimate the 5x on the altcoin. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's lovely. 70% profit. Yeah, you can take 70, you can take 80, you can take 90. Depends on the size. If it's very big size, it makes more sense that you're gonna, really take profit like 85%, 90% to make sure that you guarantee your profit, bank the profit. And then when you see that it's reclaiming the level, okay, is flipping the resistance, the rejection point is flipped to a support, then you can book that 90% back, right? You leave that 10% because if in case that it gets rejected heavily, that 10% will not take away a lot of money from your wallet. That's the reason that I go like 90, 85, 80%, okay? If you, if you have a medium size trade size, okay, not wallet, trade size, the money that you invest in that specific token, like Pepper, for instance, on a 5x, right? If it's like $100, so to say, not $10,000, just to give you a size comparison, when you do $100, then you know it makes sense that you can say, hey, listen, I'm going to take 80%, right? Because I need to leave something solid behind. Okay, 70 is fine. I mean, John prefers to do 70-30. Why not? Okay. Small profits every day. That's the trick. Small profits every day. Okay, because it will help you to compound. Someone that is long term, he's not compounding, right? And who doesn't want to compound? Someone that he's going to put down $1 million trade size, so to say, right? Someone that he's going to put, I don't know, $500,000, $100,000. Maybe he doesn't want to compound. He wants to go nice and steady. So he's going to go swing trade on the monthly, take a trade, get an entry, and wait for the cross-ups and cross-downs. Right? He doesn't want to compound. Why? Because his size is already too big. And if he gets 100% in one go, or 200%, 300%, right, on the 2x, 3x, on $1 million, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money for him. Okay, so he made his annual income in just one trade. He doesn't care. Okay, he can make money for 2 years, 3 years in one go. It's not going to be in an overnight session. It's going to take him like maybe 6 months, a year for him to complete the trade. Okay, but he doesn't stress. Okay, he's got so much time, time and money. He's going to throw 100K and say, hey, I'm going to do this on 2x, 3x, and then I'll come back in 6 months and see how that goes. If that is going to come back double, he just made 300K in 6 months, right? So he's doing better than a CEO from a mid-size, let's say, corporate company that they give 100K annual wages, right? So he made 300, 3 times that. But someone that, I'm not going to say retail, I'm not going to use the term retails because I don't see us as retails, right? We are professional traders, okay? We are agents, we are in the CIA, we have a system, and we're trying to crack this system that is been designed to take money away. Now, we cannot save all the people. We will open the channel to public and we will try to save other people, but we're not going to bring in bulk of people, like thousands of people coming in at once on our community. It's going to be slow income, right? The inbound, right? People that are going to come in is going to be in a controlled manner, okay? Because we need to control that these people, I understand, they get the knowledge, they get the wisdom from us, they understand how we do the TA, they're going to see our daily updates, and then we can progress. If I open the doors and then something happens to these lovely social media, and then that social media funnel push all the people out of nowhere unexpectedly, like 500 people at once, then I'll be in deep trouble. Seriously, I'm going to be in deep trouble. So slowly, okay, it takes time. Right. All we need here is love and support and understanding and communication. That's all we need, okay? A solid community that communicates. Right, okay. Time for me to pass the screen to our Major John. Well, he's a deputy director anyway, so he's a major.
Yeah, it's a major.
Yeah, so so next year we'll give you a uniform.
Okay. Let me fix this thing a little bit, because I was trying to fix some new ranges. That's why.
That's good. Take your time.
I want to see.
Show us a way. Show us what you're doing so other people can understand as well.
So, I was trying to also to mark on the weekly, because I have. What do I have here?
By the way, guys, Render, just a heads up. Render is on the move. I'm just going through the charts. Render is on the move. So keep an eye on render.
Show us.
No, you go for the XRP. I'm just giving you a heads up that render is on the move. Someone wants to chart it. It's perfect. It's moving. Right.
You haven't already charted the render.
Render after your turn. Okay, I always do the majors, then you do the XRP and your own alts, and then I go back with my own alts.
Okay. So we talked about yesterday for XRP. I sent it also on the Discord. I was expecting for XRP to go back down, but as you see, never came down. I also had my trend line marked, but also I actually went to the upside for now. Now
what happened with John is he had a symmetrical triangle, right? And he saw that the price broke the bottom of the trend line
below.
Exactly. So the downtrend got broken, and that was a trigger for him to go in. Okay, but unfortunately, XRP had different ideas,
show it.
And you can see that. Yep, sure. Go for it.
So, what did I saw and took that short position because was a support over here, went again up, and was a second resistance. Lost the first time of the trend line, was the second one over here, but I saw that candle over here, one of the 15. As you see right now, I saw that movement. So I went like, okay, it's going down. And then XRP went straight up. It's okay. It's on the program also, those.
Of course, guys, we go with possibilities, right? So John saw a possibility that, there is a possibility that's going to go down, right? And it just got invalidated very quickly. That's all.
Exactly. But why do we take, we mark also our stop losses? I have my stop loss over here, so was not that big of the damage. It's okay. For now, we have XRP for the long movement. We have a rejection point on the G level at 2.222 actually over here. We see we have, let me lose also those trend lines, not to confuse you. So right now, we see XRP has a rejection over here, had one over here, second one over here, and now I'm expecting what exactly it will do. It will keep going down to the next G level, or it will come in the middle over here and try to claim that 50% of the second G level, because I have one over here, the big one, and I have broken those two G levels. I have split it in two. I have my 50% over here, and then I have marked like I say, like a range. This is the big one and the 50% over here. So for the moment, what do I do? I'm only waiting to show me XRP what exactly will do. It will go down here, or it will break it and go above the 50%, make some consolidation, and then go to try to go inside that range I have marked since way back over here. We had the range consolidating on 23 of May until to 28. We had that range over here, broke down and went straight down. I also keep my ranges oldest ranges, sorry. I also keep those because it's like a spot that I'm expecting to go inside that range, the price. Let's go on the daily to see if we had any imbalance what do we say? We also mark the imbalances. We have one over here, small one, and it is exactly on the 50% of the smaller range that I have marked. As you see, it is exactly on the 50% on the G level. So what I'm expecting right now, go inside that imbalance, claim that imbalance and make it a support, and then go higher to 2.29, 2.30 inside that range. For the moment, I'm only expecting what exactly will do. Also, if I can see right, you can correct me, also you, Thalis. We have a small range over here on XRP. Let me go up 12 hours. Mark the right. You had here and here. That's it. Let's go to 15. So, about the confirmation, we see right now that XRP went to the 50% of the G level, is going down, has that imbalance over here, has make it as a resistance, and let's see right now in this box the range. Actually, this one is range. If it keeps it as a support and then go back inside that imbalance to claim that imbalance and then see higher prices. That's the confirmation that I'm expecting right now to see from XRP. What is going on? My computer, I think, has its own opinion and working by itself.
Yeah, it has auto trade correct.
So I'm expecting right now what the XRP will do. What the XRP will do. If we see support over here, my entry will be
imagine
over
that.
Here.
Sorry to interrupt. Imagine that if we create an application, right, for the computer. So every mistake that you do on a chart, that will auto correct and say this is how we do in the CIA.
That's a good idea. That's a smart and good idea.
Yeah, it just came through my head. So let me think about this one. Let me think about this one.
It's a good one.
Yeah, you're trying to make a range, a pop-up message. No, this is how we do ranges. Let me show you how we do ranges.
Let me show you, because you don't know. So that's a whole picture right now for XRP. I want to see to finish that move over here. What exactly will do? It will go inside or go over here above that range, and then try to go inside that in that imbalance. That's all for XRP. I have here hype for Bander Bubbly, because I know Bander it's looking for hype.
Also, we want to say a good evening to Stelios, because he's going to another job. So he's going to.
He's leaving.
Yep, he's leaving.
Good evening. Good evening.
So he's going to another job. So our regards. Be safe out there, and we'll see you later.
We'll see you tomorrow or later inside the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So Bander, about hype. I sent yesterday a possible move on hype. Scenario A was the move that hype made, went above, went outside that range, straight up, claimed that 36 on our G level over here, and now we see that is consolidating on the G level. You can take 70%, as I always say, of the profits over here, left the other 30%, and see what hype will do. Actually, if I see enough strength over here in that level over here, I'm expecting for a hype, not XRP, for hype. I'm expecting to go above to the next level to take that liquidity that is sitting above the $39 or the $40. So right now, you can leave the small capital to keep running on this from this level to the next one up there. It's still bullish, the hype. I was sent it yesterday, I think, around here until the liquidity pool over there. Seems bullish. The hype seems bullish. So you just wait for how exactly will respond in this G level. Also, SPX. SPX claim that, actually, let me show you something because I have G levels to G levels. Claim that 50% over here, as we saw, didn't manage to take to the next one at 1.22. It turned around and now is trying to come back to the upside. Over here are coming the next levels because what we want to see, smaller levels between the bigger one. Our G levels have the points that is giving us more confirmations, more clearly image. So as we can see right now, claim that 50% between those two levels, this one and this one, claiming that 50% did manage though to keep it, and now it's trying to reclaim it. And if we saw consolidation over here's move, then it will go higher and claim that 1.22 of our G level. For the moment, it seems bullish. We have a breakout from here, and now we're expecting the second one at 1.12, second breakout, and go to the higher level over here. Also, we have, if you go to the left, what do we have here? We have our liquidity pool, and what it always says, the price is chasing those liquidities. So we have more room to grow from the 50% until over there. It is like taking 10% around, because always the price, when it wants to take out the liquidity, what we will do, we'll go higher. It will go higher from this point. So you have clearly 10% move expecting. I think that's all for SPX.
Okay, you have another one to try,
That's
or
all
shall I?
Sorry?
Do you have anything else to chart, or is that it?
I have those three. If
Nice.
anyone wants to chart anything else
Okay, guys.
that has on the annual,
yeah, this is the time for you
Go
guys
ahead.
to come up and send a message to us. If you have any other tokens that you want us to chart for you, just for confirmation that your TA is on the spot, all right? Just to get a second opinion. I'm not going to rule your chart. I'm going to give you the second opinion, okay? See it that way. Thank you very much, John. Okay, so let me take over. No, I thank you, sir. Let me take over and let's have a look of, let's say, the alts. Let's have a look a little bit on AVAX. The reason why I'm looking at AVAX because is these little tokens. You know what I'm trying to pass a message here to you guys is that you don't need to go through all 100 tokens, okay? You can pick, let's say, 10 tokens that you want to monitor throughout your trading period, okay? So I'm looking on Bitcoin, I'm looking on Ethereum, I'm looking on Pepper, because Pepper was super performing on the bull market, right? Was really, it performed very well, Pepper, with Ethereum. So we're watching XRP because there's a lot of hype, but John took that that lead. He's our general, XRP general, so I'll leave XRP on him. We got AVAX, we got Solana, we got Sui, which is another super nice project, okay, that is doing quite well on this bull run. We got Super, okay, then we got Tesla and Google for Stelios. And then we got Render, which is another solid project. We got Rune, right? We got Virtual, we got Link. These are solid tokens, right? Solid projects. So that's why, I don't need to go left, right, center, all over the place, over and over and over again. Okay? I'm trying to stay focused. The tokens out there are millions. I promise you, we got more than 2 million crypto tokens out there. And if you go to let me have a search, we can see how many tokens are out there roughly. And if you go to current market cap, it's going to tell you that it's got, what did I say, 2 million. Okay, that was all data. Currently is scanning, and it looks like there is 16.5 crypto tokens out there. 16 million. Let me zoom in for you to see. Right, where is it?
16 million.
16 million. Reject addition cookies. I don't want cookies. I like my meat. So cryptos here, 16.5 million tokens out there. Look at that, 821 exchanges, right? All over the place. So it's too much data out there, too much noise. You can't monitor all 16 million. Okay, then one day you're going to see something, the next day you're going to see something else, right? So don't let's say overstress yourself by trying to see all of them. It is impossible, right? So we know that the alts can generate bigger numbers as in percentage move, but the one day you are a millionaire, the next day you are broke. And this is something that I don't want you guys to experience. We're trying to keep the hype. Let's say that if we have a token that is, let's say, profitable on this round, we're going to pay attention to it, right? As an alt, as a high risk. We're going to look on virtual as a high risk, because virtual and Filecoin are high risk tokens. They haven't been for long around. They haven't given us any proven data. It just happened that they have a hype. People trade it, so there's volume, there is percentage movement, but you cannot rely on them, because the one day you're going to become a millionaire, the next day if you stay too long on it, it's going to dump on you, right? So I don't want people to experience this kind of emotions. You will go, I know that you will experience this kind of experience. I know in the past you did experience kind of stuff like that. Things went down to zero, never came back up, okay? Like Analos, right, which is a reverse of Solana. Who remembers Analos? Analos was a reverse token of Solana. If you type backwards, you get Analos, right? And I took that Analos and I think I did a 5x on my tokens, and then I got out, and I posted a message and I said, guys, I'm leaving that token because it's a meme coin, it's a shit coin. It did a 50x. I took advantage of 5x and that token did 50x. After that, it went down to zero. So timing is very, very crucial. You need to know when to get in and need to get out, as soon as possible. When you don't have data to back you up, like a new token that's been released today, there's no data, there's no stochastic RSIs, no RSIs, no ASOs, no DMIs, no nothing. right? You cannot control it. You cannot see it. You cannot see it coming when someone smart idiot is gonna decide to pull the plug on it. Okay, so be very, very, very careful where you put your money, right? Maybe Ethereum is a bit slow, yes. It's a dinosaur, yes. But it's gonna take some time, yes. We know. It's a bit slower, we know. That's why you're gonna use a little bit higher leverage and you're gonna be fine. Okay, you're gonna use a little bit higher leverage and you're gonna be just fine. Right, okay, AVAX. There it is. We lost at 22. We've seen that we got the double top on the 26. It came down, lost at 22. Found support above 19, around $20. Okay, and it's trying to push a little bit higher. Not too bad. See where is the 50% of that range. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit for anyone that is looking on AVAX for any reason. Okay, I'm not judging. So here's your 50% roughly. Okay, so now your price is above that 50% range between 19 and 22. So that is kind of bullish, right? So on a smaller time frame, what do you want to see? What do you want to see? You want to see that it claims, stays above, and continues to the upside. What do you have? A low, equal lows, equal highs, aka range. When you have equal highs, equal lows, is a range. It broke the range and it's above the range. Right, AVAX just broke the range. Okay, how far will it go? We don't know. Okay, still in a downtrend? Yes, sir, still in a downtrend. Okay, I can do this just a little bit, a bit rough. Yes, deviations. We understand deviations. I got multiple touches. That was support. That was resistance. Look at that. Deviation. So, the best case scenario, we have this trend line. Okay. If it wants to continue, then it's gonna claim our 22 and continue. Okay. The worst case scenario, that is gonna come here and overshoot and then come down. Okay, whatever the case is going to be. Okay, I prefer to monitor horizontals. If you want to break these level to another with the G level, if you want to break them down, fine, you can do it. There it is. Okay, this is fours. Okay, 4 levels, 20, 21, almost 22, and 22.8. There you have it. Right, and you can monitor that. Nice and easy. Break them down into smaller ranges, right? Levels, G levels, and monitor them closely and see what's going to happen. Are you going to stay above 2104, which is the 50% of the range? It's the red one. Look how nicely you can see that it got rejected, it broke it. Now we want to retest this and stay above. Nice and simple, okay? On any time frame. Solana, same thing. Look at that. Solana found support 151 and pushed all the way up and found resistance on 160. Look at the abundant wick. Okay, this is where you take profits. It comes down. When you see flipping, find support on 160 and stay above from 160, then you put that profit back to work. So you had your capital to create profit, you take the profit, then you put the profit back to work and create more larger capital to create more larger gains. Compounding. Okay, Solana is on the move. Look at that baby. Look how strong the momentum is here. Right, it wants to go above. Why not? Let it go. Sui. Right, Sui. Let's go to 90 minutes. What do we see on Sui? Right, you see equal highs, equal lows. There it is. What's happening here? Right, a low, higher low, equal lows, but all these are higher from these lows. Right, that's good. We're trying to break the highs. Right, there it is. You like parallel channels? Use the parallel channels diagonal. You like the horizontals? Use the horizontals. What do we have here? A breakout. Okay, volatility. Retails are fighting here. Some are trying to push the higher, other people trying to push lower. Okay, stupid volatility, but it's up over the range. That is Sui, right? It's looking bullish. Look at all these lows. Right, look at that. Respecting the bottom of the range, 50% of the range. Now we're top of the range. Nice and simple. Keep your chart as practical as possible. Okay. Super got rejected on the red line. What do we know about the red lines? It's the 50% of the range. It's a significant level. It's going to get rejected big time. Okay. The hardest key levels are the 0, the beginning, the 50% and the 100%. Okay. That is going to be the tough ones. Yes, you have the in-between levels. You're going to have nice supports. Right? That's fine. But our key levels are 0, 50, 100. Obviously, 25 and 75 are significant too. Right? So now it bounced down, found support. Look at that. Common grounds. Look at that. Rejection, support. What's going to happen? Right? Worst case scenario, it's going to come down here to support. Maybe lose it. That's the worst case scenario. The best case scenario, it's going to find support, trying to attack again the 50% and break through. Okay? Cool. Rookie mistake. I'm stuck from 174. Let's have a look. You're talking about Solana. 174 on long. Okay. So you are underwater, so to say. From 174-ish. Okay. You can DCA. Right? You can DCA. Flip the 160 and add to it to bring your average. So if your entry is around here, right, and you enter a second time down here, depends the size, how much you put here. So if you put $100 here, for example, and then you're going to add another $100, you're going to split the difference by 50%, right? And you're going to, well, let me do this with a ruler. So hypothetically, right, if you enter here, you're going to bring your entry, your DC entry down here. Okay, that is your entry number 1 that you're stuck in the long. Okay, your second entry is going to be here, number 2, and that is going to be your DCA level. The update is going to be here. So when Solana is going to break 169, you're not going to be any more underwater, you're going to be in profit. Okay, this is called the DCA approach, or the foyer. The old guys in Forex and stocks, they call it the foyer. The foyer method, to be honest, it is a panic mode. It is the torpedo in the water that you want to evade. Okay, because I've come from the submarine background, that's what we used to say. Torpedo in the water, and you start the protocol of evading the torpedo, right? So, which means you're underwater right now. So what's the foyer? The foyer is, you know that you have, let's say, a mistaken entry, 174, whatever that is, okay? Don't panic. You went all the way down, you find support, 1, 2, 3, triple bottom. You claim 156, that is your trigger, right? And say, hey, okay, we found triple bottoms. Okay, I didn't catch that because of my timing. I see that it's claiming 156. This is for me to DCA. And you take a decision to try to attack that entry at the same equal, say, strength of your original. Okay, so if you put a $100, you need to put another $100 down here. Okay, and that is going to bring the price by 50%, roughly. Which means when the price is going to come higher, you're going to break even here. Now, the true foyer, let's say, protocol is, once you get break even, you get out. This is how you evade a bad entry. You get out way earlier than waiting and guessing and hoping and praying to the crypto gods that you're going to get the price is going to go up again to 174 for you to break even. Okay, now if you have the flexibility, so to say, okay, let me clean this a little bit. If you have the flexibility, that's your first entry. Okay, this is, let's say, your second entry, or even here, let's say this is your second entry. If you have the flexibility not to double this, but to 10x this, right? Which means that was your $100 position. You're going to add here $1,000 position, which means you're going to get a discount of 90%, right? So if you measure this, let me do this. If you measure this distance, right, and it's giving you 8%, it means you're going to go all the way down to 1%, which means your DCA entry is going to be down here, right? But that means you need really to 10x that, okay? That is, again, another DCA or 4 year, which means since the price is going to pass that point, you're going to be already break even, right? You don't need to wait to go all the way back to 174. Now, this is a good technique. It sounds very promising. It sounds very good. You need to be 100% certain that this time you're not making the mistake, because that mistake cost you 10 times, right? It's a 10x. And if you're going to use this as a technique for you to save your money, your position, right, $100, then you can do it, okay? And then once you're going to be breaking even, you're going to say, hey, you know what? I'm off the risk right now. I'm breaking even. Let's take off the pressure and remove 80% of it, right? 80% goes out of the trade, restore your capital, and leave remaining money just to run, just in case you want to go higher. And that 20% that you're going to leave behind is going to be more than the original position that was 174. Now, here's another question, ethical question for you to think. If I entered here $100, right, and it goes underwater, is it worth it for me to save, to, let's say, invest more money for me to save that $100? Or is it more preferable to say, hey, I lost that $100, or I lost 20%. How far did it go down? From here to down here, 8% down, right? So I'm losing 8%. So my $100 right now is actual $80. So I lost $20. I take the hit and I'm out. And I just lost 20%, and I need to deal with myself and say, hey, you lost 20%. That's it. Shut up. Learn your lesson, right? Don't do it again. That is another approach, which means you do not risk more capital, you do not risk more money if you're not sure if that's going to happen, right? And say, hey, take the hit and learn the lesson. That cost you 20%. Don't do it again. Two ways to do this, okay? For you to do the 4 year, the DCA, the torpedo in the water, and evade, okay? You need to be on the chart, right? You need to be on the chart and follow it, babysit it, and make sure that things going the way that you plan, okay? Because the markets, they don't favor you, so to say. They're not here to make you money. They're here to make money out of you. So that's why we've got techniques like we got the stop loss, we got the invalidation point, okay? Exit as soon as possible before you get a bigger loss. Accept the small loss and move on. Now, if you want to save this trade, yes, there are techniques, but you need to know the risk. You're risking more money to save money. So you need to ask the question, is it worth it for me to save the initial trade, or just let it go and take the hit and learn the lesson, or do I invest more money? So you're going to have two opinions out there. A lot of people say you should, have a technique for you to evade. But what's the risk of that? To use a technique for evade a bad trade, there are two great risks. One, you're risking more capital. You need to remember this. You're risking more capital. Both investments can go down, right? Even though you're trying to save it, it can go down, which means you're trying to evade the torpedo, but the torpedo is too close to you. The torpedo is too fast It's faster than your submarine, and then you're going to get hit anyway, right? You try your best, but the submarine is going down. That is the risk. The second great risk, you make it a habit. And you say, oh, it's okay for me to have a bad trade. It's all right. I've got enough capital. I know the technique. I can evade it every time. And then it becomes habit. And you don't fix the mistake. You don't fix the original mistake that you had a bad entry. And you took no lesson from it. And now in your brain it says, it's okay. It's okay. I have a technique for me to evade. And then you relax. That is the greatest risk. Okay? That is going to cost you more money in time. Okay? So yes, there are techniques. Sometimes I use them when I see that there's momentum, when I see that the trade is moving. Then what I do the break-even exit, which means I'm trying to evade this bad trade by all costs, go heavy, but at the moment I'm break-even, I'm getting out. I say, hey, phew, I saved that money. I risked more to save less, but I saved it. I preserved my capital. But you don't need to put yourself under that kind of stress, and you don't want to have this technique as a pillow for you to sleep on it and say, hey, I can do this every time. No, you can't. I promise you, you can't. Okay? You can DCA if you've got available funds and you're looking for long term. That is a different story. Okay? You say, hey, okay, it went cheaper. I want to keep this trade anyway for a couple months. Okay, this is like a swing trade. I'm using high time frames. I'm looking on the weekly. Let's have a look on the weekly on the stock exchange side. Oh shit, it's not looking good. We have a cross up. Oh bugger. But if you were entering on a cross up, that is a different story. Okay, you say, hey, I'm going to DCA on a cross up, and it's going to push to the upside. Now the weekly, you have a cross down. You see where I'm coming from? You may get extension, which means you turn around and then keep on pushing, and then the price action is going to get pushed. You may get divergence, which means the indicator is going down, but the price action is going higher. But later it's going to crash on you. So you have to be very careful if you're entering in a bearish divergence. So a lot of things that you need to pay attention. 15 days. Where is the 15 days? 15 days, I'm going to cross up a little bit slow down, but I'm going to cross up on 15 days. It's looking good for the long term. 15 days is a half time frame of the monthly. And say, hey, I just flipped the 50% of the range, which is 151. I think it's a good time for me to DCA and continue to the upside. But I'm going to get out in December. Right? Not next week. You understand? I hope I do. Makes sense here. Right, okay, let's move on from Solana. Let's move from Solana. Solana is on the move. It's moving on the 90 minutes. I can see that it's trying to attack 160. Okay, good. Sui was moving. Super was moving. Super, once again, waiting, claiming the 50% of the range. That was going to be more solid. Tesla got again back into the buy zone, and look at that, it's bouncing from the bottom of the range inside the buy zone, and it's getting rejected all the 50% of the range. This is not a very good solid sign. We see Tesla rejection of the 50%. Let's give it a time and see, maybe it's going to go higher. If you lose that level here, okay, if you lose that level, that's going to be your big validation point. Your next validation point can be that spike here, right? Let's say that you bought it here, you got that liquidity, that low. There is a possibility that it's going to be a target, but be careful, all right? Be careful. You want to see Tesla claiming 50%, breaking of the range, and continue to the upside and attacking that G level. Okay, but once again, look how nice it's working the G levels, right? Look at how nice it's working on the G levels. It's getting rejected exactly on the spot. Look how many times it got rejected on the 351. 1, 2, 3 times, right? It broke through. It could not. It got rejected twice. It came down under. It could not find support above 351. And came back to the original range. Okay. Right. Google, same thing. This is a 90-minute. It got rejected on the G level, and look where it found support on the next G level, 169. Okay. Squeezy. Okay, a descending triangle. So let's hope that it's going to break once again later and go through, right? Even the G levels are working on stock market everywhere, forex, everything is going to work for you. Render, as we said, it broke out of the range, it's moving. Let's hope that it's going to break that 50% of that little range. This is a minor breakdown. So you want to see if we're going to go up to $4.50, but first it has to clear $4.12. When you see render breaking and stay above $4.12, it's a bullish sign. It's going to go after $4.53. Okay, if not, it's going to get rejected, and it's going to play a game between the 50% and 390, which is the top of the range. Okay, until you break it. Rune, look at that rune moved. Okay, look at that lovely support, right? You've got 1, 2, 3. That is equal supports, right? Equal highs. Range. Fake out. Is this going to be a retest? Let's hope so, right? Otherwise, it's going to come back to that range, and it's going to break later. However, this is looking bullish. Okay. It needs a little bit of time. And for us to get more data, for us to get a reversal. But the reversal kind of playing out. Okay, kind of. Why do I say kind of? I'll tell you why. This is a high. This is a high low compared to this one. Okay. This is just barely high. Okay. I don't ignore it. However, this is a lower low. So we don't have yet a second high low. So once again, we got a high. Now we're looking to get the higher low, the second high low. Okay, so that's why kind of a bit slow on Rune, but it's looking quite bullish. It's trying to break the reversal, right? It's trying to tell us that the correction is finished, and maybe we're looking for the upside. Virtual. Let's have a look on Virtual. Virtual, you can see here on a high time frame. Let's go to 6 hours. You can see that we're kind of in a range here. Okay, look at that. Range. There it is. Go back to 15. There you have it. That's your range. Okay. Can you trade the range? Of course you can trade the range. Okay. You've got 3 levels inside the range. Key level bottom, key level top, and then in between the 50%. Right. So from the bottom, deviation, our G level took out liquidity and went straight up to the top of the range. Failed to claim, to break and claim support, came all the way down to the bottom, right? Pushing up a little bit, fails to go to the 50%. It's going to come back to that bottom of the range. Okay, nice and simple and clean. And look how quickly it is for you to TA. Once you have the G levels in place, you don't need to update them. You just need to drag the lines further to the right. Okay, and then create the focus points, which are ranges. Once you find a range, that's it, done. If you want to do like intraday trading, you zoom in even further, right? Let me take out the big range out of the way and say, hey, what is going on here? What do I have? I have this high, I've got this low, I've got this high, I've got this low. Do you see the waves? Right? So what do you want to see? You want to see these low, okay, to defend this low, and this low to defend this one. So you want to see a continuation of low, higher low. You want to see another higher low for you to break this high. Does that make sense? You can go to 90 minutes and focus on the last levels here and say, hey, where is the bottom bounce? Swing high, swing low. Here's the swing low. Where is the next swing high? Here. Engulfing candles. Lovely. That is my focus area on the 90 minute. Go down to 5 minutes, and that is your range. And that is your range. What do you see? Fell on the 50%. It's coming down. Okay. Equal lows, and worst case scenario, it's going to come down to that bottom of the range. Okay. Then get an entry down here, trying to attack the 50%, and then trying to attack the 100% of the range. And maybe, possibly, it's going to flip. Right? Trying to attack this liquidity, this swing high, trying to take this liquidity, it's going to come back, and you want to stay above the range. That is going to be a continuation to the upside. right? Okay, nice and simple, multiple charts, multiple time frames, but the strategy is the same thing. G levels and focus points, the ranges on different time frames. You want to look at the 6 hours candle, go down to 15, fine. You want to go to 90 and go down to 5, that is intraday. Fine, you can do this. Right, break the levels down to your trading style and you're going to be fine. The rules are always the same. Always the same. Find support for you to get an entry for long until the next resistance. Okay? That's it. That's it for today as well, ladies and gentlemen. John, do you have anything else to add?
No, I think you all said it. Also about the capitals, also about the securities, also everything.
Cool.
I just, πώς το λένε?
Πώς το λένε? How do you call it?
Έλα, που λες ότι, ξέρεις, συγκεντρώθηκα full σε αυτά που έλεγες.
Ναι, πες μου, τι θες?
Μ' απορρόφησε, ξέρεις, αυτά που έλεγες εσύ.
Yeah.
Απορροφήθηκα σε αυτά που έλεγες.
So John had lost his words because he was super focused on what I was saying. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it.
I have plenty more to learn from you.
Don't worry. You're gonna learn every day. Every day is a good day. But now and then, while we're doing these, market updates, yes, we're here to help you how to see your everyday. Okay. However, on the other side, we want to give you some lessons as well. Okay. I know that I'm building the lessons. They're gonna come up soon, but those lessons that I'm teaching you right now, they're not going to be on the rookies. That's going to be on the agents, and that is going to come later. So, when I get an opportunity to teach you something, I'll use that opportunity. Right. Okay. That's it for us today, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want to take more of your time. We've been here long enough, an hour and 20 minutes. So, have a great day. Every day is a good day. Right. Make the most of it. Find an opportunity and grab it. That is the another motto of the day. Find opportunity and grab it. Simple as. Right.
Correct to the point. Yeah. It's a good one.
Whoever wants a referral link, an already supporter, so people that already subscribe in WAP, okay, I have an opportunity for you guys that whoever is already subscribed and paying the subscription, if you want someone else to come into the CIA, for every single referral that the people that are going to come and join us, okay, once they're going to join with us, aka they're going to be subscribers with us, that means I'm going to give you a free month, not 3 days, free month, okay? So you're going to get extra 30 days for every single man, or lady, woman, girl, boy and girl that want to join us and want to learn and be a part of our community. Everyone that is going to join us, you're going to get 30 days, right? You get 1 month free for every referral. You get 3 people, you get 3 months, right? I'm going to keep it nice and clean and simple.
Simple as it is.
Yep. And attractive as it is. And all you have to do, just DM me on Discord that you want to refer someone, and then I'm going to create a link for you. Unfortunately, WAP so far, they're trying to do this it's on beta. It's not finished yet. It's not complete. To be automatically, which means you can create your own referral links through your WAP. But so far, it's not available yet, so I have to do it manually. So let me know in Discord who wants to do a referral. So I'm going to create the link for you, right? So I can see how many people you brought, how many people of these people made the purchase, and then you're going to get the equivalent 3 months. Okay? Right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Have a lovely day. That's it for it. Yep. Right. Bassman was asking. Good. Right. Bassman, I'm going to create one link for you. Right, so I'm going to create a link for you. Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to be a rookie, right, Busman? He's going to be a rookie. He's not going to be on the agent section, right? He's going to be under rookie, and then we need to keep an eye in the rookie section, right? We're going to go down there, help them a little bit. They're not going to have access to the daily update. They're going to have access to the weekly update, right? Once a week, they're going to see our updates, and then we're going to keep them active inside the rookie section. And then, maybe we're going to give access to one of our lives, pre-recorded lives, for them to understand what's going on. I can give a link to Fibonacci G levels, how we do the G levels, so he gets an idea, and then we can talk about it until, when the lessons are going to be ready, up and running. He's going to have access to all the lessons. But until then, I can give him links to specific videos on YouTube that are locked, hidden, and we can, start up with him or her. Okay? No worries, guys. Everything is going to be sorted. Everything's going to be nice. Everything's going to be fine. We're going to keep going. And we're going to, become greater. So far, now the referrals are miles to miles, right? We want to control the inflow. Later on, after summertime, maybe we're going to go full scale. Maybe we're going to go out in the public, right? But the system is going to be more, let's say, complete. The lessons are going to be in place. I'm going to create some automation, and that, will take care of the inflow. It should, I think. Anyway, that's it. I'm going to leave you with this lovely music for you. Right. And Philip, you want a referral link? That's fine. I'll create one for you as well. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I'll see you in Discord.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. Every day is a good day. And we'll see you on tomorrow's update. Right? Until then, trade safe. Wait for the conditions. See you later.